Hey guys, welcome back to Mindy TV.
Beautiful people, we're all flawed, beautiful creatures.
And I started working with this family as a private nanny where one, I was making more, and two, I had less stress because it was 2 babies and not like 8 babies. So same situation, I started working, and at this point I was like, you know what, like I'm not gonna specify that I'm a lesbian because that's none of their business. And now I started to feel like I had to be on defense mode because why would I want to go through that again? So I was like, I never specified whether I liked females or whether I liked males. But this time I had like a storyline to where like I started to lie because I'm like, yeah, I have a boyfriend or whatever, knowing that I'm fully lesbian. And I started to lie saying, yeah, I have a boyfriend, he's in the military, all of this, so like nobody would like speculate like, oh, she's a lesbian. So then once again, my girlfriend at the time, she would come and pick me up from work. So then my employer's husband, he started like wanting to see like who was picking me up from work, why they were picking me up from work, because it was like a frequent car that was coming all the time to come and get me, and he wanted to meet who was coming to get me and all of this. And he started like on social media trying to add my spouse's family members because he sang in the choir with my ex's aunt and all of this. And it's like, why are you like in my business so much that like you're adding people on Facebook to find out who they are to me and what they are to me? So then I ended up having to have a sit down with his wife. And I was like, hey, like your husband is all in my business. I feel like I need to tell you that I'm a lesbian, and I didn't feel comfortable telling you that I was a lesbian because I just came from a situation where I was working in a daycare center and I was basically discriminated against because nobody wanted to work with me because I was a lesbian, and I didn't want to go through that here. And now I'm starting to feel like uncomfortable because your husband is like invading my privacy. So then his wife starts crying and all of this, and she's like, oh my god, Mindy, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. I didn't know that he knew that much about your life, and you know, I'm sorry that he's making you feel uncomfortable, but I'm gonna talk to him when I get home. So she dropped me home that day that way I wouldn't have to take a Uber. And I felt confident because I felt like she actually took it a lot better than what I did, than what happened with the daycare. So like I was like, cool, like everything's gonna be cool when I come back. The next day I came back, her husband had a whole attitude because basically I told on him, and her husband had a whole attitude, and he had his headphones in the whole day. So like if I needed anything, I couldn't ask him for it because he was basically ignoring me because I told on him. So then he started doing like little things, like he would leave like the extension cords out, or like he'll take everything out the cabinets and leave it all over the floor. So I would have to be trying to watch the twins and pick up all this stuff. He started like misplacing things on purpose, and it's like, this stuff is the stuff that I need to take care of your children. Why are you on purpose trying to sabotage me when in all reality you're basically sabotaging your children because I can't take care of them how I need to take care of them? So then I think I'm just gonna make this like a part 2 video and cut it like when it gets to the end of the first video, that because this video is getting pretty lengthy. So I'm gonna do this in 2 parts, just to get that out there. But then he started basically trying to sabotage me and stuff like that. So then I'm like, all right, like this is just getting out of control. Like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stay here because I can't tolerate this. So then I ended up telling his wife again, like, okay, now that he knows that you know what he was doing, he's basically trying to sabotage me again. So then I don't know what happened in the midst of that, but me and the wife ended up like getting into an argument because she's like, all this shit is because of you. And it's like, no, all this shit is because your husband is basically invading my privacy. Like, it's not any of his business what goes on outside of my life. Like, here, like, out anything that does not involve his house is not any of his business. So for you to sit here and tell me this is my fault, like, no, this is not my fault, this is his fault. Because if he would have mind his business and not even try to get into my personal life, all of this could have been avoided. So then I say, you know what, I'm gonna do you a favor, and I'm gonna make it easier for you, being that all of this is my fault. I'm gonna put in my 2-week notice. So basically you have 2 weeks to find somebody else to take care of your children, find somebody else to, you know, care for them how I would care for them, and that's it. So then I was so pissed off that I just hung up the phone, and I was like, I don't care what else you have to say, but you now know that you have your 2-week notice. So then she started texting me, and she was like, Mindy, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to say it that way. And she was like, what can I do to make you stay? What can I do to make you feel comfortable? Because she knew that nobody was going to take care of her kids the way I took care of her kids. Like, I gave them baths, I did their hair, I bought them clothes with my own money, bought them coats with my own money. That way they didn't have to like go out their way to get them stuff. I was always like making their food for dinner. And mind you, as a nanny, that's not my job when I leave before dinner time. But I always did things to make it easier for them. Like, I would fold all their clothes. I would, you know, everybody's clothes, not just the kids' clothes, everybody's clothes. Wash their clothes, fold their clothes, vacuum, every space in the house, everything. And she knew that nobody was going to do that. The actual nanny would actually stick to actual nanny duties. So now it was, oh, what can I do to make you stay? What can I do to make you feel comfortable? What can I do? Like, I'm sorry, but it's like, no, like, you basically sat here and told me that it's my fault that I'm a lesbian, that your husband basically invaded my privacy, and you're trying to blame that on me. Like, no, this is all your husband's fault. Like, you blame that shit on him. Don't blame it on me. Whew, I'm getting upset, guys. But I was like, you know what? Like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm sorry, but like, I'm done. And then every day after that, now all of a sudden the husband started being all nice to me. Now all of a sudden the husband, you know, started trying to talk to me, trying to apologize. Like, no, like, I'm done. And that's what like some people don't get about me, is that like when I say I'm done, I'm done. Like, I don't care about nothing else you try to do. I don't care about nothing else to try to make it better. Like, I'm done. And especially when you make me feel like all this is my fault because I'm a lesbian. Like, no, you should have mind your damn business and all of this could have been avoided. It was literally that simple. Like, you just avoid the whole thing of trying to get into my private business. So now I'm currently working with another family, even though I had a lot of families prior to that family and after that family. I decided that I don't want to share my private life with any of my families. And it's like, it sucks because it's like when you go through something so detrimental when it comes to your sexual preference or your orientation or whatever, you don't want to go through it again. So you try to avoid telling people. And it's like, it sucks because it's like you're basically like hiding who you really are because you don't want to go through being discriminated again. So with my current family, I'm kind of scared. Like, I know they love me to death. Like, they will do literally anything for me. And it's like I'm on the fence because it's like I really love them and I really care about them and I really want to tell them, hey, I'm a lesbian and I have a girlfriend, and see how they would take it. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to jeopardize what I have because I'm hiding who I really am. Like, I don't know what to do in these situations. You guys, let me know what you think I should do. I have tested my waters by asking like how they like about the recent events that happened with the pride shooting at that club. I think it was in Florida. I can't remember the name of the club. Um and like the sheriff that came out as openly gay and then he was found dead or whatever, and I kind of like got a sense of how she feels, where she said it's a bad world where people can't even be themselves because they're being murdered. And I felt like at that point in time I wanted to tell her, but something in me is just holding me back, and hopefully she sees this video or something, that way she can know that I'm a lesbian and know why I'm scared to come out to her. And I don't really have to come out to her because like I said, that's my personal business, and what happens outside of their house is technically none of their business. But I feel like we're so intertwined that I shouldn't hide it from her. But I don't know what to do. I was starting to get a little bit emotional, and I don't want to be emotional in this video. But you guys tell me what you think I should do, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for getting me over 100 subscribers, 110 subscribers. Make sure you are liking, commenting, turning on your post notifications, and subscribing. Please share this video with all of your friends. And I just want to put out there that it's okay to be a lesbian, it's okay to be gay, it's okay to be transgendered, it's okay to be whatever you choose to be, bisexual, whatever. But just be aware of your surroundings and be aware of the people around you. Don't put yourself in a situation where you are jeopardizing your job or jeopardizing your emotional sanity. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace, guys.